talking to Dr. AAl-Hadid and Dr. Lewis Baldwin. And of course, gentlemen, before we had our final commercial break, we promised that we'd give you an opportunity to talk about the book itself. I think that the two of you have given us an excellent overview in terms of what the book is all about. But the book is also, I understand, supposed to be marketed, or at least supposed to come out on the 6th of March.
That's correct.
And what we'd like for you to do now is to give us some information relative to the publication date and some of the things that are generally associated with the publication date and whatever during this last 6 minutes that we have.
Yes. As you pointed out, the publication date is March 6, 2000, and it's 2002. I'm sorry, 2002, and it's published by University Press of Florida, and it'll be out in the spring, and we will have some autographing sessions here in the city. Tennessee State will have one, and of course Keeble and Image Bookstore and some of the local bookstores as well as churches and mosques, because we are trying to really generate and stimulate an interfaith dialogue, and that's one of the central themes in the book. Even though we are using Dr. King and El-Shabazz as characters, the broader context is that interfaith dialogue, and the broader context also is that international approach thing. So I'd like maybe Dr. Baldwin to take us through maybe the introduction and some of the themes that run through the book.
Okay, in the introduction we basically set forth the thesis, and that is that Martin and Malcolm can be sources of dialogue for Christians and Muslims in their efforts to break down barriers that separate them, and also in their efforts to come up with solutions and responses, of course, to the range of problems that we continue to face in the community in terms of racism and classism and other problems. We want to try and reach as broad a readership as we possibly can, not merely people in the academic community or the academy. We want to try to reach Muslims and Christians even at the grassroots level. As you may or may not know, a lot has happened in this city over the years in terms of interfaith dialogue. Our reason for wanting to go to mosques and churches, of course, is to reach out to people in the communities so they will understand what we've written rather, and they will be influenced by it in terms of the way they view each other, Christians and Muslims, in terms of the way they relate to each other, and perhaps they might be compelled to come up with some solutions or to work toward common goals in a unified fashion in addressing the problems that we face in the community. So that's our main concern, is to reach this broad readership. Now, in the introduction, we've set forth a thesis, and I mentioned that earlier. Chapter 1 treats Malcolm and Martin in relationship to culture. They are looked upon as cultural figures, cultural heroes in that